Tonight's the night. SHINRYU difficulty. Garbage time is over. Thank God. It's about time we got some changes in this game. And big changes they brought. So, I'm going to do my best to explain what little I know about this era, which isn't much at all. I didn't do a lot of research. And by that I mean I didn't do any research. I kind of just went in as blind as I possibly could. So I'm going to tell you what I learned from this particular fight. Okay, so I honestly thought you could just go in and press the FR and go, go, go. You can't. That FR gauge, ours, on the right, that blue one, has to be filled to 100%. And then when you press the FR, you can exceed 100%. And then whenever you do damage from that point, you're just increasing the damage cap, the damage percentage. But you only get a certain amount of time. You get 10 turns. I don't know if it's like that for every FR weapon or if that's just a Kain thing. I have no idea. I don't know if other FR weapons take as long to build that gauge as Kain does, or if it's just specific to the fight. I guess I'll find out as time goes on. But I do know I really like Kain's animations. I just like Kain in general. I just think he's such a cool character. So I was very happy to pull for him. I had him blued when he first got his LD. I didn't use him a whole lot, but I do like him. But anyway, back to these gauges. Force enhancement points really help out in building this gauge. I actually just watched Theologica. He did something very interesting. He gave Pinello level 20 for the force enhancement points. And he just stood there with Pinello and just spun around. And that gauge was filling up so fast. Way faster than mine is. It was pretty smart. It was pretty cool. Whereas, see, Kain's a weird one because, you know, the force enhancement points, they go by your skills. You know, your skill 1, your skill 2, your EX, your LD, all that stuff. Where whenever you use those skills, your gauge builds faster. But Kain is not using any skills. His turn is off the map and he's just dropping spears, and our gauge is not building anywhere near as fast as it should right now. So it's a little problematic, but nothing we can't handle. So yes, that's something to keep in mind moving forward, is what characters are you gonna bring to fights, and are they worth the force enhancement points? That's something that's going to be very important moving forward. I'm not going to lie, I learned about all that tonight with the force enhancement points corresponding with the skills of your characters. Did not know that until tonight. I know I had time to look it up. I know I had time to research it. I didn't. But hey, learn as you go, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. But that's okay. For the time being, we will watch some absolutely riveting Selphie gameplay. I mean, we're doing damage for free, really. No turns being taken. I can't not use Selphie when Kain's around. I don't know. It just seems to work, I guess. And I don't want to hear anybody. What? No 0 turns? Everybody's gonna make that joke, and it's played out, man. Like I've been saying for the longest time, like I was only doing the 0 turns thing because it was garbage time. The era was fucking boring anyway because everything was just kind of melting. I'm like, you know what? I'll at least just try to 0 turns the whole thing. And I did. So, you know, let's just let that pass. I want to just do new shit. He says as he brings Garnet and Selphie again. Garnet, Selphie, and the Synergy character. I want a challenge. It's so stupid. Whatever. The only thing about doing it this way is that sap. I let that stay on for way too long and dealt with it in ways that I probably wouldn't have had to, but whatever works. A win is a win. Consider it a learning curve. Sure, you can see what I'm talking about here. The health sap is going to get more potent because we are now past the second threshold. Another important thing to note, their gauge stops filling up when you are in summon mode and in burst mode. So if you need to buy yourself some time, you can time those when need be. My strategy is to basically spend Selphie for all she's worth. As you can see, that's what we've been doing here. We're going to use up, we're going to recover a little bit, spam a little bit more to just stall. And then once that gauge gets closer to full, we're going to go into the summon, bring in Sisney, up our damage, and by that point, we will be very close to filling this thing to 100%. In fact, what I was trying to do is get into the summon and get our gauge up to 100% while we're in there, so Kain can pop the FR so we can get out of the summon and silence their gauge. Then we can go into Kain's burst and just blow them up. And that seemed to work out great for me. So I think it would be a good idea to just get you back in the air immediately. That would probably be the best course of action here, because your additional damage is helping a lot. Look at that, we're pretty close already. Oh, another thing, when that gauge fills up all the way, they will do a very strong attack and try to kill you. Raijin Call does not care. Raijin Call nullifies what they do. I don't know how effective that's going to be moving forward. I don't know if it's going to work for every fight, but there is a reason Raijin's Call was so hyped up. And I believe this is the reason, because I'm telling you, it was a failsafe. We did not have any problems with that gauge filling up with the Raijin Call here. It really saved the day. Speak of the devil. Force time, they call it. Yeah, see how that's flashing red? They're mad. They want us dead. And notice the gauge disparity. They're full, and we aren't even 3/4 full. So their gauge definitely fills up faster, especially with the strategy I'm doing. I haven't watched anyone else do this, so I want to see how other people did it, how they dealt with the gauge, and how they handled this particular situation. Because I kind of figured we'll spam like this and have the Porum Call come in and fix a lot of that health that we lost. I didn't care if we ended the fight with full health. As long as we just passed the HP requirement, I was totally fine. Okay. I don't like that she's getting 2 turns in a row. I don't like that. Because that burst effect is going to wear out pretty soon. And I would rather that not happen. Since I used it at the beginning of the fight, I'd rather it stay for the whole fight. That was another thing. Having Garnet's burst effect and Kain's burst effect active while Selphie was spamming was very helpful to up the damage. So now at this point, we're getting close. 84.5. Let's get another launch in here. Selphie seems very, very good for this. Very good. I mean, she's good for everything, but it seems that the gauge fills up a little bit more when you're launching. So, launch has always been busted in this game. Maybe busted is... Okay, I was going to say maybe it's an overstatement. It's not. Launch is completely busted in this game. And even in this era, it's very, very helpful. Okay. Healed up a little bit. I think Garnet has 1 or 2 more of those. I think just 1 at this point. Yeah, just 1 at this point. I want to say. Kain's back on the ground. Alright, how do we want to do... I don't remember how I did this. Okay, yeah. It's time to summon. Because Selphie needs to get out. She's done everything that she needs to do. So we'll get some delays, get some launches. Yeah. That's right. I want to keep my Kain on the ground for now. That's right, because we got to go to that FR soon. And we can't do it when he's in the air. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Now we're really going to up our damage. So like I said, the goal here, get to 100 before we get out of this summon. Again, I'm sure there's definitely other strategies to do this, but this is just what made the most sense to me, given how I wanted to tackle it. And it seemed to work. Okay, we have that up already. I wanted to pop the EX and just get more additional healing, but I didn't want the burst effect to wear out. Okay, so you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second here. Thank you, thank you. We're ready. We're about ready. Might as well just stall a little bit. Might as well just stall. Get him a little harder. This way we can pop it right out of the summon. Kain also gets an instant turn when he uses this. Again, don't know if that's common for FR weapons, but that's how it works for Kain. 3 health! Kain has 3 health. But it's okay. Form to the rescue. Okay, look at that. HP damage bonus. Look at Cisne. Her follow-ups add 5% every time. No wonder she was so hyped. It was for this era. She was completely overkill for Lufenia Plus. For Shinryu, she seems... she's very, very good character. So we get our launches. Plus 5. Plus another 5. Yeah, follow-up attacks in general seem very good for this. Not even just for this fight, but probably for Shinryu in general, I would imagine. If it's going to be structured this way. Now is the time. But look at that. Okay, look, we had 10 actions with this gauge full. So it doesn't just stay full. You have to, like I said, you have to do as much damage as possible while you're in this mode. Because look, it still counts down in the burst. But you'll see how much this damage increases. It's pretty nice. Look at that. Look at that. So we're going to actually use Kain's skill 1 and skill 2. Only because we're in the burst phase. Because I have not touched them for the entire fight. So we might as well... yeah, we got to use them. I want Kryle's LD too, by the way. I know that's... or not LD. FR, excuse me. I want that too. I want her costume, but I ain't going to get all that, but... her alt costume looks so much cooler than her default. Look at this. Oh my god, this blew me away. Ooh! Baby! Kain, slow down! I love that. That's beautiful. By the way, I love Kain's FR animation. I just really like it. Just him and Aranea just jumping around, all synchronized. I just think that Dragoons are so cool. I've always been a big fan of Dragoons. So, just see them both working together like that. How do you not love this? How do you not love this? How are you not entertained? Ooh! That's an auto launch, by the way, too. It's not only launching because of the Selphie debuff. That attack just launches. Which is pretty sweet. Kain, they're already dead. What a cool burst finisher with all those flips. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. I, for one, am very happy that the game is changing. I think this is a much-needed change, and I look forward to everything else that this era has to bring. New characters, new team-ups, very cool stuff. I want to see who you guys brought. Hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.